put the link in the description of this video? Morning Trade Pros. Welcome to our morning market update for this beautiful Wednesday, November 13th of 2019. It's George Fapsov, Trade Pro Academy. We got some fun stuff for you today. Let me turn around and talk to the good people. First and foremost, only because I'll probably forget to do this later on, tomorrow morning at 1 p.m., we're having a 25, what was it? Oh, we're having a 25K party where we're going to answer 25,000 questions to celebrate the fact we got 25,000 subscribers. So you all better come with at least one question. This little event we're going to do tomorrow, this big event, this big celebration, we're very appreciative of each and every one of you for helping us this happen. We hit 25,000 on YouTube, and to celebrate, we're going to do a Q&A session with myself, Mark, and it's going to be at 1 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. The link will be in the description in less than 2 minutes of this video. Save the link and see us there tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern. We'll go through all your questions that you ever had about trading. We'll answer everything openly and transparently because we care about you guys and want you to win. So we wanted to use this as an opportunity to give back to you for helping us get to 25,000. All right. We love you guys and we thank you for helping us do this. We're a team. Together, we win. All right. Let's get into the morning market update for today. The morning market fun fact, because there is a cool one today. Yesterday, markets hit fresh all-time highs with the S&P 500 trading above 3,100 for the first time ever. In fact, the S&P 500 futures, the ES, traded up to 3,102. I don't know if the cash index got above 3,100. I think it failed right before it. But how has similar rallies looked like? This is a cool stat. On this day in 1980, the NASDAQ Composite Index closed above 200, Victorio, for the first time ever. Finishing the day at 200.25. It had taken the NASDAQ index 9.5 years to double from its starting value of 100 on February 8th of 1971. I know. And today it is trading at what? What's the quote? 8,000 something? 8,250. So there you go. Things go up in value. Another big speech today is expected at 11 a.m. It's not expected. It is happening at 11 a.m. This time it will be by Jerome Powell as he addresses the the Congressional Joint Economic Committee. All right. And that happens at 11 a.m. Eastern today. He's going to testify today and tomorrow to the House and then tomorrow Congress. And it's going to be important. He's going to have a prepared remark to start at 11 a.m. And senators are going to grill him or House representatives, they're going to grill him for an hour and a half, 2 hours plus with their questions. And the market will be hanging on to every one of his words. And that happens right around the time of the European close or towards the late hours of the European session as they're getting ready to close. All right, that's going to cause some volatility depending on what he says. Recently, the Federal Reserve cut by 25 basis points the main interest rates, the FFR, the federal funds rate, and has pretty much said that after this cut, they're not expecting any more for 2019. And in fact, they also said that they are not looking to cut rates in the short term and immediate future. There's a high likelihood that they do not cut for 2019. I think there's something like 80% that they keep rates on hold through the rest of the year, which makes sense. All right, that's at 11 a.m. That's an important one. Mark that on your calendar, 11 a.m. Eastern. S&P 500 futures and futures around the globe actually are off their highs, but they're off their highs more importantly because of what Donald Trump said yesterday, them anticipating the Federal Reserve speaker today, Jerome Powell. Trump, in his address yesterday, said a few things that I had to read and summarize. I didn't listen to it live because Mark and I were doing something super important that you're going to learn about in just a couple of days. Very exciting stuff. Investors on Tuesday focused on comments that Trump made. He spoke at the Economic Club of New York. He didn't really deliver any specific details, which is no surprise, but he did say that a significant phase one deal could happen soon. That's not anything new. He also reiterated, which caused a little bit of a spook here in markets, that the U.S. will substantially raise tariffs on Chinese goods if no agreement is struck between the two countries. So he's using that as an opportunity to publicly put some pressure on China to come to the table and sign off on a deal. And the threat is higher tariffs. The market doesn't like that, right? I know right now everyone's expecting to get a deal done. Everything's going great. But the markets don't like a remote potential of uncertainty where there's higher tariffs and more fallout from this trade deal. All right. For those of you that have been following this trade deal with us, you know that this is just a repetitive cycle. All right. We're at the point of the cycle now where no deal gets done. Tariffs get raised. The market slumps. Donald Trump freaks out, calls Jerome Powell a moron. tells him to cut rates more. He likes negative interest rates. He gets on his case about it. Markets start to rally, expecting a rate cut. We hear that there's progress with the Chinese trade deal. They're getting close to signing the deal. Oh my God, the market rallies. Boom, more tariffs. If you don't know that cycle yet, now you do. Go back and track it. You'll see how accurate that is. All right, so that's kind of what spooked the market a little bit. Surprise, surprise. I think it was more of a case of hitting all-time highs, and people who had a position on, who had some sauce in the game, were offloading to take some profit, and that prompted the sell-off into the closing bell. All right. Also, on Trump's speech, he made some comments and criticisms before a deadline tomorrow for EU, European Union tariffs on automobile makers and Japanese car makers. So there was a little bit of commentary there, which the market didn't like. Again, it's more uncertainty. All right, last but not least, in today's morning market update, before we look at the markets, Google is moving into the banking industry. Would you guys trust Google with your credit card? Would you get a credit card from Google? Here's the cool thing. The project is codenamed Cash. And it's probably one coder somewhere there that had the idea that, hey, it's CACHE, like cash in your web browser, but it's also cash. Get it? Somebody thought it was genius at Google. It's expected to launch next year with checking accounts, and it's going to be run by Citigroup and a credit union at Stanford University. They want to open up banking facilities through Citigroup with Google branding. All right. Here's the catch. People who have checking accounts at banks are very loyal. I mean, I don't know the last time I moved my checking account after I left, Victorio did, but Victorio's young. Yeah, I still haven't moved my checking account after I quit. It's still there. It's too much work for me to move it and then switch everything over. And people know that. Banks know that. So here's what's going to happen with Google. They're setting their sights low. They're saying, look, we're not going to win over a lot of checking accounts right away, but eventually the opportunity for us right now is the information that they can collect off these transactions. With a debit card or with a banking account, they know how much you make, how much you spend, what bills you pay. There's a lot of information they could use to add to your profile, so at the end of the day, they could advertise to you a little bit more directly. All right, in today's markets, in Asia, Japan's down 0.9%, Hong Kong's down 1.8%, China's down 0.3%, and India's down 0.6%. In Europe, at midday, London's down 0.5%, Paris is down the same, Frankfurt's down 0.8%, and in the United States, Dow and S&P down 0.4%, Nasdaq down 0.5% or 0.5%. So we're seeing a C right across the board. Hong Kong down the most of the markets. Crude oil is down 0.7% as well. Gold down 1 percentage point. Yesterday, we're looking for 14. What was it, Vicky? 1447 was the target we're looking for in the trading room. Yesterday's low hit 1446.20. And Victorio had posted something on TradingView, which, by the way, you guys should follow TradePro Academy on TradingView because he's publishing some trade ideas that could help you guys. And the first one that he published was gold, one of the first ones. Man, that thing was spot on. You know what's impressive? That you got that level from like days ago. I got it from inventory from yesterday when I was short gold. I was like, ultimately, how much sauce we got at the downside? And it was 1447. I didn't hold it all the way down there, but you had that a couple of days ago. So good stuff. I might subscribe to those TradingView updates. All right, Bitcoin flat in today's session at 10 a.m. We have Atlanta Fed business inflation expectations. 11, Jerome Powell testifies, like we said. 12:30, Fed's Barkin is speaking today. 1:30, Fed's Kashkari. 2 p.m. Treasury budget. And then 7:30, Fed's Harker speaks. So we have a lot of speakers on the calendar, but not really any major economic events. I think the unwind continues a little bit. Like there's more risk off coming with some selling on S&P. Start by selling the rallies early in the morning. And once we hit support levels, flip around and look for the strength in the afternoon. All right, that's kind of the morning print or the morning market update. I'm going to head over now and open up the trade room. Don't forget, tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, join us for a live Q&A session. We'll answer all your questions. It's a great opportunity to interact with us and ask us what you want to know, and we'll be there. All right. That's what we got for you guys. Have a great day. Trade pros in the room. Let's give you some levels and targets for this downside early on in the morning. And I'll show you where, if we hold a certain level, we may not have downside and we may have to flip to the long side. Okay, so let's get started. And let's do this. Goodbye, YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. Oil Desk, over to you. And